Yeah, Joe Major Footy and Friends, brought to you by BWS Need. Game day bevies, Brett.
Oh, we love a game day, bevy, DB.
Well, BWS is here for it, Brettles. How are you, son? You well?
Yeah, mate, I'm not too bad. Yeah.
What do you do now the basketball's finished?
I've got Saturdays not to myself.
Come
I'm
to
going
my
out
joint.
to watch
Come to my joint.
watching a couple of young blokes play in the under 18. So a couple
work.
of games.
Yeah,
Yeah, a bit of work on.
If it ain't work,
so.
it's family. If it ain't family, it's work.
Yeah.
Mickles, how are you?
Great.
Nichols.
Great. I've been logged out of my Instagram.
Yeah, this is the second time now. He's a bit scarred because he got his taken by a Turkish man. Was it?
Yeah, Turkish conglomerate of people.
Yeah, and they scammed him.
Yep,
lost
scammed me,
his Instagram
lost the
account,
blue tick, gone.
and now he's
And now I'm just logged out and
he's scared.
getting some codes.
Yeah, we'll sort that out off
Thanks,
there.
mate.
Go to North Melbourne and the
Take it to
HQ
Clarko?
up there. Take it to Clarko. He'll fix it for you. Mackie, how are you, son? You well?
Good. How's this for the YouTube listeners?
Yeah.
We got a camera now for us. Yeah. Hello, everybody at home. It's Mac and Link.
It actually got to the point today where they had. There was just a couple little minor stuff ups, but
Hiccups?
we were 1 minute behind schedule, so it's actually getting better.
Yep.
Yep.
It's getting clean. I like it.
Yeah. Link, how are you? What's your name again?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a bit feel free to just cut us off at any time.
Okay,
'Cause
anyway.
Moving on, round one.
There's a lot of Mac and Link over the socials, so if
Okay.
you want to keep the podcast clean, I'm
Okay,
happy
fair
with
enough.
that.
No worries. Well, how are you going just quickly on the road to 10K?
Oh, so good. We're at recording. We've gone up 2,000 since the campaign.
So 2,000 in 2 days.
Yep. So 5,683 at the moment. So it's a big effort to everybody who's subscribed, and hope we've got a few new
Now, Brett.
listeners.
Yeah.
Well, Mac, just continue. Have you caught the social media stuff where he's doing the chin-ups at the end of a day?
Oh, I did see.
Yeah, no, let's talk
like
I
about
did
your
see
feet.
some half ups.
do 200
So there was a
reps
couple
and then show
quarter
me your
ups.
form.
There was a couple quarter
They
ups.
were just chin nods. weren't they?
I'm really feeling it this morning. I didn't really feel it yesterday, but I'm
Doms,
sore
mate.
as
24,
today.
48 hours is the worst.
Yeah, you
tell you.
heading in tonight for a couple of half-ups?
Nah, I don't think so. I'll probably go to the gym. I don't know if I'll be doing any chin-ups. but-
Jim's Greek Tavern. Oh, wow. Moving on.
when you
Moving
were
on.
asking who's coming on as our special guest, I was going to say it's definitely not Mac.
No, it's definitely not. We do have a special guest today, which we'll get to when we get to that game. But let's get into some
Footy.
shall we?
Yeah.
I reckon.
This time next week is the beginning of the gather round.
I love Gather Round.
Yeah.
Excited.
We'll be over there.
Yeah, we will be there. Show sold out, by the way.
Has it?
Yeah,
People coming to listen to us.
sold out, which is exciting.
Probably helps that we've got, is it Isaac Rankin?
Rankin, yeah. I
Good
think that's
player,
what it
yeah,
was.
helps.
Good player, playing well.
Yeah, he's
Is he going to play a tune?
I would love that.
I've got
actually.
a couple of questions for him, actually.
Yeah, I've
I'm
got a
going to
couple
start
of
asking
questions
any of the Kangas midfielders went near him on the
One
weekend.
bloody near. The point around as well. If you want to come to the meet and greet, having a few beers on the Friday night, there's still register your
interest?
Your interest.
3.5s?
Link in both 3.5s. Can't drive, of course. There'll be some full strengths there for the crazy critters. But we'll be on 3.5s.
On a Friday. You can get a
Is
little
Lid's going to
cat-
be there?
Are you there for Lids or is this mean?
Because last
mean-
meet and greet, there was not a lot of meeting or greeting for Lids because
Yeah.
everyone gets a bit scared of him.
They do
so
get
we need
scared
to sort
of
of
him.
disclaim him at the live show.
Are you not there on the Friday?
Nah, I'm working Friday.
You're there on the Wednesday.
I'll be there Wednesday.
Well,
Who
on
we got
Wednesday.
on the Friday?
Me, you,
And Big Riley O'Brien.
Riley O'Brien.
Big
Yeah,
Riley.
I got a few
big
questions
Rob.
to ask him
Big
as well.
Riley.
too.
Don't push him over.
me too.
Big Tristan.
And potentially Mac and Link might be there.
Deal, if Mac and I do get to 10K and we are driving over, do you have any spots on the way you reckon we should pop in?
Oh, heaps. Yeah, there's
Mount
great.
Gambier?
Go Mount Gambier.
We're
go
actually
to the sinkhole
we're
in
going
Mount
through
Gambier.
Swanell, which adds an hour. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was more meaning fucking South Australia.
Yeah,
Mac.
mate, we're talking about South Australia.
Go to Mount Gambier and go to all the footy clubs. They've got like East, West, North and South Gambier.
There's a big blue lake as well.
yeah, I
Massive.
saw that. It looks sick.
Beautiful. And then there's a one we stopped at on the way through the Little Blue Lake, which is a little bit of a detour, not much. And it is that sinkhole, natural ocean pool. You can jump in 15 metres off a rock into the beautiful water. It's amazing.
So where you
Freshest
did the
water I've ever
backy?
been in. Yeah, just did the backy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. And then you go to the Mayura station where I've got my knife, the Wagyu beef. Do you guys like Wagyu?
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah. Well,
Are you getting packages sent over?
nah. We went to this place. It was a full-blooded Wagyu. So I didn't know this, but like a Wagyu is a type of cow.
It's like a breed.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I thought a Wagyu was like a cut of meat, but it's actually a type of cow. Do you know this?
It's how they feed them. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a type of cow, and normal Wagyu, you can have a Wagyu cow and a normal cow, and they can
come together.
Do the deed.
They can come together, do the deed, and then if their offspring is Wagyu, right?
Yeah.
It's technically again as Wagyu. But full-blooded is Wagyu cow together.
Yeah.
That's a full-blood
Is
Wagyu.
it actually called a Wagyu cow? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's the breed is
Yes.
called a Wagyu.
Wagyu. Yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of
Anyway,
different.
I'm
cow
pretty
breeds.
sure. Anyway, we'll find out if it isn't.
Mac's a farmer, so
There's
He-
Angus,
and
Herefords,
Frisian.
dairy. No,
Jersey.
Dairy cows are called dairy cows, are they?
No, they're called Frisians. The black and white ones.
What was your other
There you
thing
go.
that blew your mind on that? The bulls and the.
Oh, yeah, it's sort of a grim topic to talk about, but
You
I
didn't
was...
know that there's like.
No, like, because you know how cows are females and bulls are males.
Yeah. And you cut their nuts off and they're called a steer.
Yeah, that's... Yeah,
That's,
anyway.
that's all it is. That's just
Well, how is that grim? That's just
He just
life.
thought of-
mate.
No,
He just
because
thought it was-
I was thinking that every... Like,
You can't have
everything we
bulls just
ate-
everywhere running around.
Well, that's
the
what I was
paddocks.
thinking, Brett. I was like, am
pregnant
I only
every-
eating female cows or are there any males?
You just have fights.
Deal. Moral of the story is we love South Australia.
Yeah, moral of the story is South Australia is incredible. There's so many good
Jeez, we
shops
can
if
go
you
off
are
on a
taking
tangent.
out
How
our-
good's that? We're talking cattle. Anyway, round Thursday
Speaking
night.
of cattle,
Oh, no.
Collingwood Carlton, MCG, couple cattle's teams going
Thursday
mad.
night, obviously tune in. ABC,
Yeah.
stream it.
Yes, we'll be there. ABC.
90,000 will be there.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
And yeah, sitting next to Murph on a Carlton game on a Thursday night, there's not much more joy that I get out of going to the footy.
Only negative out of Thursday night big games, 9,000 calling for ABC is getting out, isn't it? Car park.
No, well, for me, it's not too bad because I'm on for an extra hour post game
Oh, right.
and then another podcast post that as well.
You do a podcast post that as well.
Yeah. So I don't roll out of there until 11:30.
Yeah, right.
And there's not a soul on the road. But
But you get paid more to stay than Murph would to go.
yeah, we're not doing FOC.
Yeah.
But does Murph do the podcast?
No. It's just me, Corbin, and Benny.
Why wouldn't they get Murph? Like the four of you? If you do the whole game together.
Politics. Yeah, politics. Get game day ready with BetterBest Stats. Find the stats to back your banter with mates on the AFL app. We're streaming this game on YouTube. If you're not listening to ABC,
Yep. Is Mac on?
I don't know.
potentially.
He has to be for a Carlton game.
I want him on. I think he will be on. We've got the Kicker Forward boys on this week as well, which will be good.
Yeah, he might have footy training though.
Yeah, I got Thursday night dinner. I'll probably get fined for not going, but
By the way, mate, I know we're jumping around a lot today, but did you are you finding out about getting a game this week?
I'll probably find out tomorrow.
You let us know on
Not looking
Instagram.
great. Not
Yeah.
looking great, but we'll see.
Okay. Let us know. Good luck, mate.
Who plays around one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're not getting a game.
Fair enough. Contracts aren't given out in round one, are they?
Nah.
What? Usually
wait,
before.
wait until
Out with general soreness from his quarter ups.
You'd rather play the last five than the first five, people always told me.
Hey, round two is just 1 week after round one, mate. Don't
You
let
know
it
when
get
I
you.
get the games, I get the games when the
Europe.
Europe holidays in the July when it's windy and everyone's injured and
Yeah.
it's cold.
Yeah.
Then the weather warms up.
Last thing before we get into this game, and I'm really apologise for jumping around, but I did miss something, Link, here about Mick's article. How good was that article?
Yeah, it was
We
a good
didn't
read.
talk about it.
It was good.
The Age. Who wrote that?
Peter Hanlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love his writing.
Yeah. Familiar with Pete's work?
I am now.
Yeah.
What did you like about it, Link?
The only little thing that I picked up on, it was talking about the podcast. I think we've got a great platform for clubs to take things in the way it's intended. Barlow says, the vehicle that's grown from a tiny rented office sharing a single microphone to a schmick studio in Richmond with cameras feeding a YouTube channel. That was not the case when I read the article because we had one camera fucking working.
Yeah, I misused the word. I misused the word schmick.
Yeah.
But we did start out humble beginnings.
We
didn't
did, mate. We did. We were out there in Albert Park, above the Albert Park Deli for those playing at home.
Yeah, and that was.
It was before I was invited, probably.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had Sheridan.
We had Sheridan! And then he's gone and done his
We
own
haven't
thing
talked
now.
about that, have we?
About what?
The Sheridan thing, the war he's got going on at the moment.
Oh, we didn't speak about it last week. Last episode. I'm sure everyone's aware of it.
Yeah, so Kane Corns goes at everyone.
Yeah.
But then Tommy thought he'd just
Tommy had enough. He'd had
Tommy
enough.
thought,
But
I'd go
do you
stick up
think
for
he
Timmy
was
Durant.
expecting him to come? No, I don't think
He didn't
was.
see the blowback.
Nah, and then Kane used his platform on the Friday show on SEN.
Five balls!
And built it up. I was driving around. Friday I was driving around a bit and he built it up for about 45 minutes. He kept playing the Bruce McAvaney audio of poor old Tommy dropping that mark.
Oh,
in
Sheridan!
Sheridan! Cyril! Nipping at the heel, Sharon! And I'm all for Tommy. I love Tommy. I'm team
One
Tom.
of your old housemates.
One off. one off. I did get that. One off. We're talking to another one
We're
off.
talking to another one today. Fucking hell.
So, yeah, anyway, we digress. Tommy, who I was on Team Tom
yeah.
until Kane Corns said, which was very factual, goes, why would I be tagging Tom Sheridan when they've got Neil, Barlow,
Yeah.
and Fife? So Kane just wedged me in between four Brownlows.
Tactical.
Which he didn't go to me, by the way, but yeah, it made a lot of sense when Tommy was claiming to be tagged by Kane Collins when there weren't the names like Neil, Fife, Mundy.
I
Even
love
bloody Nick
Kane.
Subban probably was ahead of Train.
I think so. Even De Boer, I think, was ahead
Tagging
of
the
that.
tagger.
Yeah, tagging the tagger before Sheridan was getting tagged. But the Kane, I love Kane. Like, even if he ever went at me, I just have to respect it because he's so
You're not going to
funny.
double down. I've told Tommy to double down. It's like, keep going, mate. It's awesome.
Oh, Tommy will be milking this for absolutely. If he can sell one pair of Rick's sunglasses out of this, he'll be absolutely wrapped. So.
Kane's best attribute is when other people on his panels, the shows that he does, go,
Oh,
Kane, you got to calm down.
Yeah,
You gotta calm. What do you mean? They get paid that much, they can't get criticism.
Yeah.
And what are we doing? We're not doing our job if we're not critiquing these players.
No, he's fantastic. I have a lot of time for his content, which is great. Let's actually get into the game now, shall we?
Carlton Collingwood, who are you tipping?
Yeah, right. I'm going with
Pies.
Just let him linger on it for a while.
I'm going with the Pies as well. I'm taking it seriously because the tipping comp is
Yeah, I will be going with the Pies.
Yeah.
Is Big Harry Mackay back?
Is VFL Lockie playing?
Lockie who, sorry?
VFL Lockie.
Lockie Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yes. Is he playing? Oh, no, he's out. Oh, fuck, he's out.
He didn't play last week either.
He didn't play last
So
week.
been the VFL.
What about his mate?
You know what? They
Who
might
was
have-
with you at the pub?
Frammer?
Yeah.
Frammer's a ripper. I love Frammer. Is Frammer playing? Frammer's in.
Yeah.
Frammer's in. So good on him. And I think the reason Sullivan's out is McRae, Fly, heard about how he was treating some past greats at the game.
Past greats.
Didn't like the hairline chat.
Yep.
And he said,
Disrespectful.
He said, hey, look, listen here, Sully. You've played fucking 2 games. Keep your fucking head on, mate.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
So for
back
that,
to the VFL.
back to the
back
VFL.
to Preston.
Yeah.
So, see you later. Anyway, BWS stat is 4 of the past 6 games between Collingwood and Carlton have been decided by under a kick. Collingwood has won all 4 of those close games.
I've been, I reckon, 2 or 3
I
of
know.
these. They've been belters.
You'd want someone on Jamie Elliott this week. I feel like he just pops up when this.
Take this to Vossi.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the BWS stat. Get the Vossi and
Yeah.
say, put someone on Jamie Elliott,
This is
especially late.
big game, isn't it? Like
It is for Carlton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's huge for them to. I mean, their effort was okay last week, but they couldn't get the job done. And there's a lot of talk about them finishing games off well, their fitness and whatever else. I think it's more above the shoulders in terms of what they're actually doing and their method as to how they're defending and kicking the footy around. But the Pies will be looking to stamp this one out, I think, and make sure that it doesn't even get close to the point where they're getting nervous.
We debunked that theory last week too about fitness. That's horseshit. We don't believe in that stuff. Don't we?
Well, yeah. I think
Marginal.
it's marginal, yeah. All clubs do a power of work to get fitness. I mean, it's all about kicking, hitting your targets and making
course.
sure you hold on to the footy, but the way you set up and how you coached and everything else. So.
What's the most important ability?
Retain the footy. What did you say? What did you say?
What's the most important ability?
Kicking.
Availability.
I've never heard that before in my life.
I don't think I set it up, Super.
No, I'm like, when,
You jumped on it, which
when
is
have
good.
we ever heard about that? When have we ever said that?
That's the thing that's been said.
Give it to him, Nick. Give it to him.
Kicking.
Okay, availability. Well, to be honest,
Hey,
those 2 things are important as well.
Fly,
I would
retain
say.
the footy, and kicking.
Take that to Clarko. Well, you know what? Take that to fucking North. Okay, maybe you're too worried about having everyone available. How about you hit a fucking target and hold on to the ball? You might win a game.
Yeah, Collingwood for mine.
Okay, me too. I will just say this as well. Who is out for Carlton? Because
Zachy Williams.
Zachy Williams has hurt himself.
Yeah, well, I thought he was a chance to
We'll do it next.
to jump, to still be okay. He seemed to see how the swelling was going, but yeah, I don't know. Not 100% sure yet.
Okay, see how that goes.
Teams will be
Elijah
out.
Holland's back.
Don't know. I think he's on indefinite leave at the moment. Hoping he's okay. And sending our love to Harry and Elijah at the moment. We don't like any of that going on and supporting them as much as we can. So good on those boys. Now, we've actually got a special guest coming and they're already the guest is dialed in. Yeah, normally they wait for us to call, so we better call them. We'll jump to that game quickly. It's
6:10 on a Sunday.
We're going to the last game of the round quickly. Just quickly. The Fremantle versus Western Bulldogs at Optus. And we have an incredible guest here. Is it Nick or Ed? I keep forgetting.
Guess.
Ring ding ding, speaking to the king.
That game in 2011 against the Bulldogs.
How good was that game?
Yeah, you're still living off that one?
Oh, of course. Mate, free flights to Hamilton Island off the back of that one.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's amazing swings and roundabouts of AFL footy. Like within 18 months, you got given the arse.
I mean, you wouldn't read about it, would you? After some of those performances, fuck. What was Ross thinking? Seriously.
I know. Was it? And I did mention this to the lads before we came on that you were actually contracted for the season of 2013, but Ross still looked you in the eye and said, "Mate, we might go without you this year."
Yeah. Poor call, Ross.
Now, Mick, before we get into it, because we're going to have a big chat, can you just introduce our guest and maybe tell him that we're here as well?
I'm sorry, Nick. So you got Brett Delidio. Are you familiar with Brett's work?
Hey, Lids.
Yeah, g'day, brother.
We would have had many battles, I'm sure.
Do you reckon Brett went to you?
Couple of times. He probably came over to teach me how to kick the footy. Mate, this is how you do it.
So we got Brett, and then we've got Dylan Buckley, who actually... So it's Dylan Buckley? Played 41 games at the top level
Number
as well.
7 at Carlton, 43 at Giants.
There's nothing wrong with playing sub 50 games. Just ask Ed.
No, I agree, mate.
Just
I think
ask
it's an absolute... what were you, under... Well, how many were you?
I ran through a banner once.
Okay. I wasn't gifted any...
Did
they put the 50...
Of all places on the fucking Gold Coast, no one was there. I tagged Gary Adworth. Remember that?
Oh my God, what a start.
Wasn't a good 50th.
Nicky, it's an honour to have you on the podcast, mate. We've heard many great things, and obviously being a former Fremantle Docker and a Western Bulldog, how would you compare your two experiences at both clubs? Where'd you have most of your fun, and talk about who sort of was playing in your era, like your most niche teammates at both clubs?
Oh, the niche teammates. And first and foremost, thanks for having me on. You guys must very much be scraping the barrel to have asked me to come on, but more than happy to help and give you my time. But yeah, look, both very different experiences. Playing at Freo was a big eye opener for me, being 22, 23, moving away from Adelaide for the first time and forming part of a team that was on the rise when Mick and I were there. And my first year with Harbs over West was a great one, and I certainly felt part of the team. And, you know, for the first time in my AFL career, it became one of those years where most weeks you actually felt like you were going to get picked and things were going great. And all of a sudden that changed pretty significantly for me at the end of that year when Harvs got the boot and Ross came on. But, you know, it was a great time in my life and some pretty big characters, Mick obviously being one of them, but there was plenty of interesting cats. Clancy Pearce comes to mind.
The Superman tattoo.
Spider-Man tattoo. I think that was probably his best tattoo.
He had the biggest shorts in the AFL, Clancy.
Well, bigger shorts usually correlates with.
That's right. He loved the baggy shorts. I think he had a desire to be an NBA player, but didn't quite work for him. So. But there was, mate, yeah, great times at Freo for me. It was, really young crew, and it was odd because when I moved over to the Dogs, a big part of that was Jason McCartney actually getting me across, and I guess the biggest part of that was the fact that Ross didn't want me anymore. But moving over there, it was a complete shift. I mean, you know, you go over to that club and you've got blokes like, you know, Dale Morris and you know, Bobby Murphy and sort of the older crew, and I was smack bang in the middle and sort of asked to help mentor a few of these kids, and a few of those kids included guys like Tom Liberatore, and I sort of turned to Brendan McCartney. I was like, mate, you sure you want me to mentor Tom Liberatore? So yeah, mate, it was both great clubs, great experiences, and really good time with both.
You've done a pretty good job with Libba. He seems to be going okay. Hey, one on you've mentioned a few times, and I know, and it'd be good for you to validate that you have a pretty good connection with Ross. And even though he did give you give you the arse at the end of 2012, you actually followed up years later in your commercial real estate career and combined. An unlikely combination became Ross Lyon and Nick Lower all those years later in the professional field.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Ross and I probably didn't have the best on-field AFL working relationship. That's probably fair enough. And I never really could put my finger on why, to be honest. But that was his take on me, and I didn't totally agree with him. But it's funny, away from footy, him and I did become very, very close. I got a lot of time for Ross. I know Mick, he's one of your favourites, and plenty of the guys that I'm close with remain very close to Ross. But years later in my next career of commercial real estate, Ross and I crossed paths and ended up working together a little bit in some capacity. And my old boss was a huge St Kilda fan. So when the moons aligned and I introduced my old boss to Ross, that was the kickstart of Ross's career. So we sort of had a bit of a flip in dynamics, so to say.
And just talk to us about, we do talk a lot about match sim on this podcast. When you'd go out the week before a match or the Thursday before the match and you'd see the magnet boards and, Deletio would obviously be in the A team at Richmond playing on the half forward flank or on the half back flank, wherever he played.
I was normally in the bib and I was pretending to be Cyril Rioli.
So the B team would go grab the bib, correct? And often yourself, well, not often, all the time yourself, and often me would make our way over to get the bib and play as the opposition. And you would often be lined up next to Nat Fyfe in these scrimmages. And there was one circumstance, I think, where, again, Ross took foul to some of your behaviours in the B team.
He did a lot. Well, not sometimes, all the time. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it because, I was a see ball, get ball sort of guy. There wasn't much to me, no flashiness. And, I regularly got told off for touching that Fyfe all the time. I mean, I remember many occasions where I almost got sent off the field for not even breezing past him. So it was a difficult role for me to try and push my way from Bs to As. And unfortunately, I can't actually remember too many times where I was in the A side. So there are, depressing memories a little bit.
Terrific stuff, Nick. Before we let you go, it would be remiss of me not to ask if the blog is still live from when your brother Ed was on Big Brother and you ran the blog after Big Brother.
Well, I reckon you helped me a bit with that from memory, Nicky. It's a pretty big low point in the Lower family history, the whole Big Brother experience. But, we all thought this could be potentially our ticket out of here and our ticket to stardom. So we all did what we had to do to try and get Ed through. But ultimately, he stuffed everything up by having a relationship on that show, and the rest is history. So it was a very strange period of time in our household, wasn't it, Mick?
It was. And, hey, mate, we appreciate your time.
You're a great man.
You're a good man.
Get him in the studio next time.
He's off to gather round.
Is he?
Yeah, you're off to gather
round.
round.
Yeah.
Mate,
if any of you are down there and want to come and be guest appearances at a work function, you just let me know.
Mate, I'd love to. And Brett loves a bit of a cashy. And also, mate, come down and have a beer at the Black Bull on Friday night. I'll buy you one.
The Black on Hindley Street.
Yeah. 3.5% Carlton draft.
Is that the one with the bull, the riding bull?
I think it is.
No, that's next door. It's next door.
We'll go there after.
Done.
Come down. Come down.
There.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate.
Coming in.
Hey,
See
enjoy.
you guys.
See you, mate. We will be down there. Geez, that's good. I could chat to him for a long time. It'd be good to have him in the studio next time.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. He lives in Sydney.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Moving on. Let's go to Friday night now and get back into the footy. Geelong v Melbourne at GMHBA Stadium.
Demons win this.
No, they don't.
Whoa.
Who do you think, Dill?
Geelong.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go Geelong. Brett, Geelong?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
Langers and I love, it's a big drive for him. He might get on the ferry.
Yeah. Probably will.
He'll have to get on the ferry
Yep.
from Sorrento to Queenscliff.
Yep.
And then drive down.
Bit of adversity for the
then
kid.
drive from Queenscliff to
Do you reckon
GMHBA.
if he had his Raptor, he'd just sit in the seat in the car in the ferry, just
100%.
stay in the ute instead of
100%.
getting out walking around?
But then how will he get home? He might have to stay the night. And then
and then jump back on the ferry the next
Next
day.
morning. Yeah.
Straight to the Sereno.
Queenscliff.
Queenscliff.
Airbnbs. Could look them
Might
up.
be. Look into that.
Friday night.
Yeah, look, I think Geelong win this one.
Yeah. Maxie Gorm was on radio earlier this week saying that we've I've got really fond memories of them going down and playing really well down there.
You don't?
Not this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it
You've got
changing.
fond memories of them going down and playing poorly as well.
No, well, the most poor game I've ever watched. I enjoy a massacre on live TV in terms of a live kill. You can see, you can see where teams are just like. Because I've been there, I know what that's like, and just seeing goal after goal and seeing sides be absolutely pure. That game was really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Albeit it was the end of a coaching career. But then I did see the turning point in terms of Max Gawn launching himself that day. I watched that one as well, thinking I'm going to get, Mark II. But Maxi Gawn just went to town, dominated the game, and that was the start of his career almost. So I was also there live in COVID when he kicked the winning goal after the siren. That was a huge game. No crowd, mind you, but that was a
Nothing new for Melbourne supporters, so it's all good. Jeez, it's been hard on Melbourne the last few weeks.
I think the Cats get it done comfortably.
Yeah, I think so too. The BWS stat for the Cats have dominated Melbourne at Cardinia Park, winning 11 of the past 13, average winning margin of 60 points.
Sorry, mate. Keeps that going. Well done. There's a bit on this game. The loser becomes
Out of the 8?
they're both out of the 8, I think, anyway. But Cats are now 1 and 2. They've kind of snuck through. After that really impressive win against the Dockers. So there's a bit on the line with this one, Brett.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, how rubbish is the ladder, mind you, as to where it's sitting? Yeah.
Do you mean just you got to have at least 5 weeks, 6 weeks of a bit of calibration?
Well, it's not even because we got the last game that the Suns and Essendon will play in round 24. We're not going to have an even ladder right through to the end of the year.
Take it up with the Cyclone, Brett.
Yeah, well, shouldn't I? Big Alfred. Yeah. what were you doing, dickhead? You idiot. I think that average winning margins has been blown out by 197 point win or whatever it was.
186.
186 was it? Yeah.
There you go.
Which sort of lopsided.
Makes
a little bit,
sense, doesn't it?
But Cats, easy.
Saturday, Super Saturday with KO. Someone was saying the other day they love watching footy on KO on Saturday. It's like, it's the only place you can watch it. It's the only place it's actually on. Gold Coast versus Adelaide at People First Stadium. This
Sneaky good game, this.
sneaky good game.
Well, it's about the game of the round.
You reckon?
Yeah. 2 sides are undefeated.
Oh, Thursday night's pretty good. But yeah, I agree.
Thursday night.
Yeah, but with game of the round, it's got to be big atmosphere. You can't have a...
Yeah, you're disrespecting the people at People's First Stadium.
I don't think he minds.
Which people, though? Like,
The
First
people that put
first people
that
first.
put the stadium first.
Yeah, well, hopefully Adelaide supporters get up there and support, and we get as many of the Sun supporters there, which would be great. But I agree. In terms of on paper, that is a big game.
Yeah.
But I like the atmosphere and the noise and everything. And hopefully they make that, they sell it out.
Yeah.
So good to play. Did you prefer night games or day games at People First?
Formerly known as Metricon, I think.
Yeah.
I liked the 440 slot, which
okay.
you got a lot of.
Yeah.
The Moons.
Yeah, you got a lot of 440 Saturday.
Yeah. It's slowing down a bit. It's not as hot,
it's a little
but
bit slippery.
Not as dewy.
You liked it a bit slippery.
I liked it a little bit slippery.
Why?
He's clean. He's clean. He has a sauna.
Does the sauna, and we trained in it up there, so you felt more familiar with it, even though it didn't really translate to wins.
This is a big one for our tipping. Who are we going with?
I like the Crows.
You go.
No, you go. You go.
I really like the Crows as well after seeing them live last week. I think this genuinely is just wherever it's played at People's First Stadium, as we've discussed, gives the Gold Coast the edge. But I'm going to go with Adelaide. Because, again, I've
Watched them last week.
watched them last week and I think they're the real deal. And it's at 120, so it's not as dewy.
Watch him just jump on this.
Yeah.
I like.
I like Adelaide too. Yeah, they make a good point.
I like Adelaide too. They make a good point. Yeah, no, I like the Suns.
But
You know what? I'm going with the Suns.
Okay, good.
good.
I didn't want to, but I just didn't.
Who cares? Next.
Yeah, fair. I'm going with the Suns.
Yep.
If they let me down, they're fucking dead to me.
Hey, did you know that the BWS stat is the Suns are on a 3-game winning streak against the Crows at People's First Stadium? Well, I didn't know that before.
Well, neither did I. Now I feel a lot better about it. That's good.
Yeah.
What's the biggest matchup you think? Like, is it midfield, forwards, backs, forwards? Where's the game won and lost for those teams? Like, at the moment, a lot of talk about is Adelaide's forward line.
Yeah.
What's
Oh, I
Gold
think it's-
Coast's
I
main?
think
Is
it's-
it midfield? Gold Coast main.
Yeah,
midfield?
Gold Coast have been going really well around the ball.
Yeah.
Matt Rea.
Yeah, their
Noah
midfield
Ransom.
is dynamic. I think Adelaide, I think Gold Coast shade the midfield of the Crows. Okay, their defence is, for mine, the Adelaide defence is a bunch of guys that have kind of snuck up on me a little bit. Michael Laney,
Jeez, a good
Worrell,
lockdown. Yeah.
yeah, Hinge. You want to see a bloke kick a football?
Yeah, he's a beautiful kid.
Gee
I know, I'm
whiz.
good mates with Hinge.
You good mates, hey?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
You look down the barrel for.
See, you looked at the wrong one.
give Hinge a little point.
I'm good mates with Hinge.
Okay. And what do you like about his
Beautiful left footer.
left foot?
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what Mick just said. Good
He didn't
stuff,
say
mate.
left footer. he
Use
said
it as well. But the front half of the Crows, I think,
Formerly
is
Brisbane,
where the
by way,
game
Hinge.
where the
So
game
played
is.
together against the Neefle Giants versus Brisbane.
Mm.
So he'll be used to the conditions, the
He
humidity.
will be.
Who plays on Ben Cleans?
Ben Clean's tough one.
Or who
anyone
does Ben
like-
Cleans go to try
Ben
and
Clean's high half
nullify?
forward.
Get anyone like Chom that can just drop off him and let him kick like 6 shots on goal?
I'll take that one to Clarko. I'll take that one also to Dimmer.
Yeah. Take that to Dim.
He probably goes to Rioli.
Yeah.
You
Well,
think?
that's the one, isn't it? Because you can. Gold Coast have got Noble and Rioli tearing off the back of the square.
Noble! Good player.
So Ben Clean's,
Probably does a roll there, you reckon?
yeah, he does a roll and gets off and finds a few shots at goal.
I like that. All right, let's move on then. You're going, you two Adelaide, I'm going Suns, which I'm not super confident, but you got to take the risk.
Yep.
In the afternoon game, we have Richmond v
4:40 slot.
4:40 slot. Richmond v Brisbane at the G. My golly gosh, this could be bad.
Yeah, I heard someone talking the other day about how the Tigers have looked ordinary in the last couple. Not ordinary, but they fell away and they got done pretty convincingly, 82 points against the Saints.
They're lucky they won that round one game.
Well, yeah, but then they haven't really played the top 4 contenders just yet, which is, well, I know Carlton thought that's what they're aiming for, but this has got disaster written all over it from my point of view. I'm really nervous for the Tiggies. And just the young side, all you need really is just that effort they brought round one, but how do you, coming off the back of a big defeat against a side who you thought maybe were a chance here, and they were with them for a little while against the Saints, but yeah, I think the Lions could see this as one of those massacres that I was talking about.
Because they haven't started well in any of their games, Brisbane. So I think Fags, Chris, friend of the show,
He is, yes. Good friend of mine.
might put it up
And
on
Brownie
the
up there,
whiteboard. He might actually put it on the whiteboard. First half.
Head on a plate.
Head on a plate first half.
Langford. Harvey.
Um,
He plays for Melbourne. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, so, no,
But where did Harvey Langford come into the conversation?
so head on a plate is just the whole Richmond team, and a good opportunity is to get a kill early in this game and start well, because they've come back well a couple of times, but can they go out and start well? And I will be tipping Brisbane.
Yeah, I'll be tipping Brisbane as well.
Given the BWS stat deal as to why we'll be tipping Brisbane, they've won their last 2 games by an average of 100 points.
That's a lot.
That's huge.
It's a big game.
Who wants a Lincoln stat?
Go on.
So last time they played, the score was 163 to 44. That scoreline, that exact scoreline, 119 points, is the second time that scoreline's ever happened. The first time was the 2007 grand final.
2007, yeah, Port Adelaide and Geelong.
Fun fact.
There you go. That is a fun fact. Is that like... There you go. It's a fun fact. But is it like a
You
number...
don't sound very fun.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out, is that number relevant for just a smashing? It's not the biggest win ever, is it? It's just...
Well, it's the biggest grand final win.
Got you.
It's
Okay,
that-
there we
that's
go. Just
what-
working out while
anyway,
we're talking about
yeah,
it.
cool.
Fantastic. That makes sense.
Hey,
That's a good
so
stat.
give that stat to Tommy Sheridan, because you know who played in that losing grand final?
Kane.
That's what I was alluding to, Mick.
Sheridan!
There you go, mate. Well done. Good link. Fuck, you're way
Give me a
over it,
Sheridan.
mate. You're over it. Boys, we haven't been playing the fucking game either, and I apologise.
Spin the pen.
Not spin the pen.
No scratchies?
Not the scratchies. The players for both teams. I've forgotten to write them in this week.
Oh,
but
quickly run through 'em.
Richmond, Brisbane.
No, go back.
Mainsy.
Collingwood, Carlton, quick one. He's Scotland.
He's Scotland.
Yeah.
Al Thomas.
Mick McGuan.
Mick McGuan.
Move on. Friday night, Geelong and Melbourne. Brett
Jimmy,
Maloney.
Jimmy Plunkett. Did he play for Geelong?
Jimmy Plunkett played for Carlton.
Did he play for Melbourne?
He did leadership at Melbourne.
Maybe that's what he did.
Jared Rivers.
Jared Rivers.
But did
Mitch Clark.
Did Jimmy Plunkett
Clark.
once go to Geelong, like on the ferry?
He's been...
By Queenscliff?
I think he may have been to Queenscliff.
Gold Coast Adelaide.
Rad Atkins.
Red
Atkins.
Jared Lyons.
Jared Lyons and Greenwood. Hugh Greenwood.
Hugh Greenwood.
Nathan Bock.
Nathan Bach.
Burgess.
Yeah. Chris Burgess.
Chris Burgess. Yeah, he's
Good
there
work.
now, isn't he?
Richmond, Brisbane.
Rainsy.
Rainsy.
My boy Rainsy.
Rainsy.
Anyone else?
Yeah, lots.
Who else? We had Shane Morrison back in the day. I'm not sure. Yeah, he would play for Richmond, but he was the second best thing to Jonathan Brown during his reign, and then
Best that never was.
then he came down to the Tigs.
How do you got the
Big
Tigs?
borrow. Well, then he had Matty Richardson, so like out of the pot into the fire.
North Melbourne v the Sydney Swans. Now I've got two off the top. Luke Parker
Has played for both, yeah.
and Castani.
Constandy.
Ryan Clark.
Wayne Schwartz.
Dylan
Yeah, Wayne
Stevens.
Schwartz, Dylan Stevens,
Ryan Clark.
Ryan Clark.
Wayne Schwartz. You've said that.
Did Longmire play for Swans or just coach them?
Just coached.
Can we do that count?
Yeah, remember the under 19s?
Under 19s. I
19s.
think under 19s counts in this game. Big match against the Swannies, and you know what? Could be the time to get them, mate. I'm not going to tip you because I'm taking it very seriously, but I actually think that there could be something.
Thanks.
In this
Anything
one.
for me to take? Just
Yes,
Do
this
the
one's
team?
to Clarko, Alistair. Since 2008, Alistair, the Swans have won 20 of the past 23 against the Kangas.
So
just FYI.
yeah, you can't change history, can you,
No, you
Clarko?
can't.
But
You can rewrite the future.
yeah. So let's make it 20
21.
from 24.
yes,
Try and
Yeah.
it's not their best stat.
Not the best game. That's not the best one.
Yeah, but anyway, like I suppose about the wood over you, you got to try and change that this week.
that's it.
And I think you guys played really well last time at
Marvel.
At Marvel,
Yeah.
So there's you should be confident. Should be really confident.
Yeah, no, thanks, Brett.
I thought you played quite well against the Crows last week, but just effed a few things up in your own words.
Yeah.
And you cleaned those up.
Isn't it when Brett gives you a compliment, you actually feel good
Oh,
about
man.
it? Because you know it's
I
like,
can't make eye contact with
yeah,
him.
it's like, it's like, thanks, Brett.
Thanks.
That means a
That
lot.
really means a lot.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Brett.
When he says like,
Can I get
"Good on
that? I'll
you."
take that
Cheers.
voice note to
Yeah.
the lads.
Well, I don't just throw out
No, I
compliments
know
like
you don't.
confetti.
That's what I'm saying. It feels
it's,
good when you
you
actually
got to
say
earn
it.
them.
You got to win the premiership like the under 12B.
That's it. The girls were great.
Yeah. And what was the compliment after the game?
So proud.
Yeah. So
I'm proud of
bring
you
it
guys.
in.
Yeah. Cuddle. No.
Okay. Oh, geez.
Good on you, mate. Good on you. That's great. I'm going to go the Swans. No
Yeah, I'll go the
offense.
Kangas.
Yeah.
No offense.
No offense taken.
I'm actually
Brett,
thinking.
Don't do it to me, Brett.
I'm actually thinking I might jump on board with the Brew Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on the Sunnies at the moment.
The Sunnies.
Yeah.
Yes, the Swannies.
The Swannies.
You know what? Can I change?
I'm going the Roots.
This is big for the tipping comp.
It is.
Again, there's still nothing we've put on the line yet, but it's big for our
Yeah.
comp.
Shave nut. You got to grow it out.
I've got to grow it out.
You got to
I don't
bleach
think
it.
I don't think it's going to grow back. Fantastic. All right, on Sunday, great day for footy. I love this. This is a bit of a weird game. I don't think I'll be tuning in too much to this one. But Giants versus the West Coast Eagles at NG Stadium.
Matty Flynn, Zach Langdon. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
They're the only two, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had any other crossovers.
Since the Eagles will spend their 29th round in 18th position since the start of 2022.
Yeah. It's disappointing for a big club, isn't it?
It is, and the wealthiest club in the game.
Jared Brander.
Oh, yeah, he did too.
Nice. Oh, I know one as well. Early days came over really early. It was at the Giants signed as like a 17-year-old, I think, and then he got delisted. Look up the 2011-12 draft year.
And then went back to West Coast.
And then went to West Coast. Yeah.
Jason Gilby was rookied at GWS and played in the West Coast Twos.
So he didn't play for either of them.
West Coast waffle.
He
That
was,
doesn't really
the waffle.
he was on a list and a half.
Under
milk-
19s.
that's a milkman.
Half and under
Milkman,
19s.
yep.
There's a guy
He's over there looking after Harley.
The
call it looking after.
the milkman. Did he get
2011
more
draft,
1 year
West Coast.
or 2 years
At West Coast.
at
He got
GWS?
one.
He got one at the Giants, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Giants get this one done.
Too much time drinking milk.
Yeah, he did.
You
Yeah, he
think
drank
they
it.
get
Seen
it
he's been
done?
commenting on our stuff.
Yeah, Jaso. He's a
Jason.
ripper. He's a
like
great man.
Swan Hill boy.
He's very good mates with Harley.
Me.
Is he living with Harley?
He's very good friends with me. We're in
I
our
think he's
room
better
together.
mates with Harley.
Nah, yeah, he actually, I don't know if he's still living
He's good mates
Harley.
with Harvey Gallagher too, one of my boys.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But let's not overlook the fact that he's good mates with Mac.
Yeah.
Matt from
They reckon
Is
he's
he a
one of-
farmer too?
He's
Does
one of
he-
the great men.
Does he push headers along?
Yeah, I think he's I think he's given up his footy like trying to get picked up, and he's playing in some waffle team, and he's a diesel mechanic in
good on you.
in West Coast.
You always
so-
need more diesel mechanics. I drive a diesel Mazda BT50.
Yeah, one of the greats. He's a very, very funny man.
Link, did you find that 2011 draft for West Coast?
GWS will win this game.
Comfortably.
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah.
With that.
This could be a massacre that we're talking about. MA 15 plus.
Sunday at Adelaide Oval.
Jonathan Giles?
He did.
Big
That's
Gilesy.
a good one.
Yeah. That's
not who
Good
you
one
meant,
too.
though.
That's not who I'm talking about. But I'll get to that player eventually.
Brent Guerra.
Big game coming up on Sunday. Port Adelaide Saints. Port Adelaide Saints.
But Saints fans.
Saints fans, well, definitely don't get excited.
Yeah.
Because Port are going to win this one. I'll tell you why. Port are winning this.
I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
Brad's coming around to the Saints.
Port are winning this. I'll tell you why.
Brendan Lade's jumper on, mate. Look at the size of it.
How's your arms, by the way?
They're not wearing that, are they?
They are wearing this jumper on Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully they're just tucked in a little bit tighter.
Can I show you? Can you
Because
just,
the Saints boys will be...
Can they get it
Oh,
down,
no, it'll be
get it down
tighter.
to the tailor
I think-
so they can actually get
no,
taken
it'll be a bit tighter. This one, by the way, as well, is a tribute jumper. I'm really good mates with Zach Butters. He got me this and it's signed, number 9.
There's no 9 on the
There's
back,
no 9 on the back of that one,
Oh,
mate.
where's my one? Here. No, I had another one that's signed.
Yeah, with the number 9 on
The
it.
fuck's that? Who's taking
Can I
that?
have that one then?
I don't know who
That
this one
one's
is.
signed with number 9.
This
That's
one-
another one from Zach Butters with a 9 signed as well.
Yeah,
Good
it's
mates
got on
with
the,
Butters.
It's got a GPS thing in it.
Yeah, no, that's a match. That's a matchy.
Throw that one on. Let's take that one off.
No, I like
See
this
the one fits you better.
Yeah.
Just put...
No, anyway.
Don't put it over the top. No,
Anyway.
take your top off and
No.
show us. Come on.
Anyway, I'm going with Port because I genuinely think this jumper is fantastic. Who comes to mind when this jumper comes on? For you?
Brett Ebert.
Surgeon, Jacob Surgeon,
Yeah, Brett Ebert for me.
Nick Lower.
Nick Lower. Did he?
Probably never wore that.
Never wore this one.
Josh Franco.
Damon White.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No. Obviously,
Matt Primus.
Treadray,
Troy
Primus, Corns. Mate, I saw Chad Corns at Salt the other day. My God, he is.
Was he doing
massive.
200 chins?
He is massive. He's so strong.
We should do a chin up off Mac
Mac
v
and Chad.
Chad.
Maybe in
Yeah.
like 2 weeks because my arms hurt so much today. Thinking about chin up makes me want to vomit. I'm so sore. And my abs are killing me too.
I reckon Zach Butters could be back this week.
Yeah, there's mention of it. He could not bring him back. They said he's just about to start running on Monday. This is what the report we got
He's tough as
on.
nails.
But the
Yeah,
way
but
he
that's
plays,
just
he's like
tough.
Yeah.
he does that hop, skip, and a
Yeah.
jump step.
Deal, if we hit 10K, do you reckon Port will let us train with them, Mac and I?
Oh, 100%. If we hit 10K, the team at Port are amazing. They're so good up there. So
I'm actually really good mates with Joe Richards and Mitch, so
I'm actually really
boys
good
get
mates
around
with
me.
Zach Butters.
Cool. So we got like heaps of mates, basically.
I
Yeah.
think pop him out for the Sandful side. Sandful session.
Yeah, you'll train with the twos. You guys will train with
You
the
can just
twos.
cut the oranges, I reckon,
Yeah.
you two blokes.
No,
Bring them out.
Port win for mine in this jumper, tribute jumper. Big shout out to Jacob Surgeon. He actually got around us when we posted this as well. Tagged him because he was
It's
the
a
old
tough
number 9.
game to tip.
Yeah, it is.
So you're going with Port just because of the jumper?
Nah, Port just because of their culture and the jumper.
Their culture.
And Ken. I love Ken. I love Ken.
What happened to their culture on last Thursday?
Mate, culture can take breaks. Sometimes you can forget it.
You're saying that they're going to out-culture the Saints?
I'm saying the Saints do not get excited.
Yeah.
I've said that.
I think the Saints win this off the back of culture.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now and stick this in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game,
Has better culture.
whoever wins this game has better culture and also will land Nasai Wangani Malira next year. Let me just do that again. Whoever wins this game, whoever wins this game will land Nasai Wangani Malira next year.
I disagree.
Okay. It's completely just my opinion, by the way.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything
Yeah.
about that.
Have you done the BWS stat?
No, you haven't.
No, let's
give
do
it
it.
to us,
Adelaide
Mick.
have won 14 of their past 15 matches against St Kilda. 7 of those wins have been by 10 points or under. They're starting to tail off these BWS stats the longer
We're doing
the weekend
fair
goes.
few of them.
I'm going the Saints purely because I don't think Port Adelaide can kick a winning score. I know their best players
Mate,
were
George Artis was nearly a legacy game last week.
nearly, for a quarter and a bit. And then a 14-gamer and Zach Reid put him to sleep.
Go easy on Mitch. He's a close friend of the podcast.
He's a close friend of the show. mate.
No, Brett doesn't hand out.
No, he doesn't.
Hey, Mitch,
Brett's
down the barrel.
Yeah.
Where are
Brett
you?
doesn't hand out compliments
Say it as it
willy-nilly.
is.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He was
Go win an under 12 Bs, female, girls.
He was amazing
Basketball
in the
grand
first
final.
quarter and a half, but then went to sleep.
Yeah. Fair
got
enough.
put to sleep. Zach
Yeah.
Reid was very good, but also the midfield, they let him down.
Yeah,
so
they could have put it on his
asterisks,
platter a bit more.
asterisks, and kicky goals.
Yeah.
Mitchy,
And
kicky goals.
culture's good there at Port.
Very good. Very good.
So a couple of things. Culture's good. Get jumpers that fit. Get the crowd there. The scarves, and maybe get the win. We'll see.
How good's this jumper though? Is it sick or what?
It's not my favourite.
You're a fucking asshole, mate. This jumper's amazing.
For you, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Moving on.
mate, it's not my favourite.
When I played for Tura in the Carlton draft, which you're
It was
doing
that-
soon,
yeah,
it was the Port Adelaide. It was the grey one. It really reminded me of Robbie Gray
Oh, yeah.
in the
Yeah,
teal.
Justin Westhoff for me.
Yeah, Justin Westhoff. Moving on. I'm going with Power.
Great.
Tip, yeah, Saints. Clearly.
Yeah, okay.
Culture.
We've done the Fremantle Western Bulldogs at Optus, obviously with
We didn't. We just
Nicky
spoke to
Lower.
Nick.
No, we've done that game, but we'll get into the actual game
Yeah.
now. This actually is a sneaky, pretty good game as well.
Yeah, it is. And Freo need to win this, I think, to get their season really rolling. They
Cemented,
knocked over West Coast last week, but they've got some work to do, I think. Like they unlucky against the Suns, who I think we'd agree that they're up and going at the moment. But the Dockers need to beat an undermanned Dogs, but I think the Dogs will take it right up to him. They'll go over there pretty confident.
Yeah. Dogs for me, like just talking about them for a second, Rory Lobb is really,
Have you seen what he's done to his loaf?
yeah, he put the lobster on his head now. It's amazing. I love it from him though. It's
Played for
great.
both these clubs
He did play for both these clubs
and GWS.
and GWS. He did.
Hayden Crozier as well.
Hayden Crozier. There was
Simon Garlick's the CEO of Freo.
Oh, did
Yeah.
play
He played
the
under
19s?
19s for Freo, and he used to play for the Dog.
And Bob
Okay.
Murphy was a coach there, but
Yeah,
now not.
true.
Matty Boyd's over there as a coach now
Nah,
too.
he's
at
back
Collingwood, but he was at
Collingwood
Freo.
But he was at
Yeah, he was
Freo.
there.
Is what I said.
There was a few. It was Brett's starting to tail off.
No, fair call. I think this game. Oh God, I'm going to go with Fremantle in this one. It's
Why?
actually a flip of the coin a little bit. I really like our boy Josh Tracy. I think that their midfielder with like Sarong, Brayshaw, all these boys is very strong. When is Hayden Young coming back, by the way?
A little while.
Still, what's he done?
Hammy.
Get it right. Do some Nordics.
Just like that.
Fucking hell. But no, I just like them. The only thing that I really do like about the Dogs is one of the main things I love is Rory Lobb playing in defence. Like
Really?
I'm loving it.
I'll tell you who I like more
And
than
Liam
Rory
Jones.
Lobb. Sam Darcy.
Oh my God, how good Sam Darcy? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty
He
good.
changed.
No, he's
And the other person, or two people, I like Libber in the midfield and I like Ed Richards in the midfield. That add such a dynamic. They bring speed on the ball, which is, yeah.
This game will be decided by the battle of the bottom six. Both sides, I think, they're bottom six.
Name them. Who the
yeah.
Just their bottom six. We'll interchange. When the teams come out, the interchange players. You that my tummy?
But I always started on the interchange and that was like a power play. I thought that was like
No, so your Buckleys of this game,
we'll decide it.
yeah, we'll decide it. Because both teams have got Delirios. They've got Bolton and they've got Richards and they've got the Darcys
Sarong.
and they've got Tracys and they've got the Sarongs and they've got the Libbers.
Sarong, right?
The bottom six,
Yeah, okay.
which I will not name.
Well, fire up.
Will you name one?
Fire up your deal, Buckleys, and get it done. But it will be. I'm actually really excited for this game, to be honest. This is when I watch most of my footy too. Sunday, sort of 4:40 on the couch. BWS stat for this one as well is the Dockers fans need to bring the noise. Fremantle have won 6 of the past 8 matchups against the Dogs when the crowd was over 35,000.
So there will be over 35,000.
Take that to the marketing team.
Yeah.
That's to Optus and get them going.
Get them going at Optus. What did you make of the what was it, 9-minute mark of the Eagles game on the weekend? The fingers.
Didn't make
Did that
much
actually
of it, to be
happen?
honest.
It happened. I think it sporadically happened.
Feel like
I think it was like
it just a
cringe,
Triple M
bit
thing?
cringe, to be completely honest.
yeah.
I don't think it was
was-
strong enough. I don't
I
think
think it was
enough
like
people
a
got to it.
fan thing. I don't think it was a Triple M thing, was it?
I thought it came out on Triple M that's what they were trying to
God, it
get
was-
going.
yeah,
And
That was, it's very cringe for mine.
yeah, me too.
Coming from the guy in a jumper that's 7 sizes too big on a podcast with his arms out. So take that how you will. Whoever made it, don't take it too harshly. I'm going to go Fremantle.
Oh, yeah.
Sam
I
Darcy's
can
a
see
good
Alex
player.
Pearce doing a job on Darcy.
I can see Sam Darcy kicking 18 on him, but I still think Fremantle are going to win. Oh my God.
That is so disrespectful.
That is incredibly disrespectful.
How?
18 goals. I'm
not saying Alex Pearce. I'm just saying Sam Darcy is like amazing.
Yeah, he's just turned into Jason Dunstall.
Yeah,
He?
Jason Dunstall,
Yeah,
Tony
he's-
Lockett, and Tony
Gary
Mondra in one.
Okay. Well, you'll be laughing if he kicks 18 next
Dockers
week.
win after that stupid
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah,
It is
I
made me
think the
angry.
Dockers will get it done.
I said that too.
So the Dockers will win, but Darcy will kick 18.
Yeah.
He'll equal the goal kicking record that stood for
No,
80
he won't
years.
kick 18, but I think that what I'm trying to say, no disrespect to Alex Pearce, he's just going to be very hard to match up on, which is obviously we know that. How good is he on his left as well?
Do you know who's hard to match up on? Alex Pearce.
He's stingy.
He gets matched on other people, doesn't he? He doesn't people match
yeah.
up on him.
But as soon as you get
Yeah.
Alex Pearce,
You're in for a hard day.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we
we
will.
will. And we'll be texting, obviously, at 7 p.m. on Sunday night.
Maybe we should hit up Matty Taberner for a couple of tips.
Matty Taberner's just signed at a local club.
Where's he playing?
Myrtleford. He's living in WA.
Myrtleford.
He's flying
That's
over
where
every week.
Dawson Simpson's a big man up in Myrtleford.
Geez, they're going to be big.
I think
Yeah.
Jack Crisp from Myrtleford.
Yeah.
I don't know whether Dorse was from
No,
Myrtleford.
he's not. No, he's living there now. He's part of the footy club up there.
He was from Barnawatha.
Yeah, he's at Myrtleford now. He's living in. Is it Puckapunyal? Puckapunyal?
That's near Seymour.
No, what's the other one there?
Paul Punker?
Porpunka. Is it Porpunka?
Well, you're telling the story.
The one right next to Myrtleford. No one knows.
I think it's Paul Punker.
Porpunka. There you have it, guys. Get game day ready with BWS Stats. Find the stats to back your banter with mates on the AFL app. Now, before we finish up, boys.
You got something special for us?
No, not really, but there was something great that's actually come to my attention. I don't normally like to give the 200 Plus podcast too much credit, but they had Dermy on the show last night.
Yeah.
And they released part 1 this morning. I've made some notes here because I know you guys would love this. At the 7 minute and 45 mark. So if anyone hasn't heard 200 Plus, it's Nick Butler, Sam Draper, and Charlie Comben, and Dermy was on the pod. This first 7 minutes and 45 seconds, you don't even know that Chom and Drapes are on the show. So it's just Butts and Dermy
It
talking.
would be flat out getting a word in between those two.
Then, like, I can hear him sort of groaning, like at certain or laughing at certain bits. Then at the 24-minute mark, I hear Chom, and they sort of reply to something in the background.
Yeah.
So you're telling me it's a one-on-one interview with two,
then-
with two big storfs sitting in their
At 28
chairs.
minutes, I'm at 28 minutes at the moment in, and Chom has replied to a question, but either of them are yet to actually be able to ask a question. Yeah. So
28 minutes.
28 minutes in, and none of them have actually been offered by Butts to. You speak of
Radio
Brett
craft.
trying to let Murph in for the ABC. There is absolutely no letting by Butts of the two boys. They're just sitting there ready. They've done their research. They've got these questions, and Butts is just going, "Oh, one more, boys. One more before we get started." In saying that though, it's very funny. Like
I was listening
Dermy's.
to it on the way. It was pretty
Mate,
good. for what I
Dermy's a
got.
ripper, an absolute
He can tell a
ripper.
story,
He's
Derm.
telling some some
He's got
unbelievable-
good stories. Butts has got shit stories.
But Butts is like, they're not like you and I, Dermy. He's comparing himself to Dermy, like
course
throughout
he
the
is.
show. But Dermy tells these stories about, like, he was the first player in the world to wear fluoro boots, and tells a story about how it happened. It was actually very interesting.
Those Adidas Copas.
Adidas, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he tells this other story about, like, all the money he was sort of making on the side, and, like, tip top after a grand final. He was so confident.
What about how
on
he
it.
rode his motorbike into Metro nightclub?
Well, I haven't heard this. Like, there's going to be even more and more and more coming through. But there's been some fascinating stuff. Oh, there was a bit there where they said to him, "You compare yourself to a player in the modern game." And when people do that, you sort of like pick someone that's quite there.
Modest.
Yeah, Patrick Dangerfield. Patrick Dangerfield was so good, but he probably was. Like,
I reckon he potted him as well. He's like, "Oh, Patrick Dangerfield, but I can kick better or
I
something."
can
What did he
kick
say?
better. I can kick better. I wouldn't get as many disposals in the midfield, but I can kick better.
Is did they get a question in, the boys? And
Not yet.
if-
I'm
if
at
so-
28 minutes and no questions yet.
They're not wounding though. Surely after this app, well, only half. They wouldn't be invoicing.
I'll have to
But-
chat with Baldy about that, because they have literally not.
Don't let Butler come in for a double invoice.
No, it's not their fault. It's Butts is just not letting them talk. Like,
Well, that's what happens when you come
Should
on
we
with
ring
us.
Chom quickly and just see what his
yeah.
take on it was?
Bring Chom just quickly, just to see what he.
If
what
he,
he
if he
thought.
answers it, it's 9:05. You know how these boys are on a day off. They can be a bit.
Bit tardy.
He ran 14K. Used to run 14Ks a game as well back then.
GPS.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have GPS.
Chom, just,
Boris, what's going on?
you got your voice back after last night's 200 pluser?
Mate, we fucking didn't really need to ask anything.
No, Chom, it's you're on the pod here, mate. I was saying what an incredible job boys you did last night. But I'm at the 28-minute mark, and Butts is yet to invite you guys in to ask a question.
Yeah, well, that's pretty standard. Standard too. If you listen to any of our podcasts, it's pretty similar. But, mate, he interviewed himself. He was brilliant. Honestly, one of the best guests we've ever had on.
What was your
And the
best story you
stories
found?
he
Because I'm 28 in. I was just saying about the fluoro boots and the Patrick Dangerfield comparisons, the money, the tip-top story with the Premiership Cup.
Yeah, the bread one's good. I had a shocker early. He's like, "Oh, you boys, like, you obviously play. Have you ran the 10?" And like,
Oh, yeah.
obviously we have ran the 10, like recovery runs, whatnot. I'm like, yeah, I've run it. He's like, yeah, what'd you run it in? I'm thinking, geez, never done a time trial around there. I think it's about 3.1 Ks, but I think he got mixed up with Prince's Park. I'm like, yeah, I think I run the 10 about 12:30.
Yeah, you got the record.
And he goes, 12:30? You would have bet the record. I'm like, oh no. I went bright red and I was like, geez, I've had a shocker here.
Oh, good. Is it worth listening past the 28? Is there any other good stories?
Oh, there's the Butts and Derm the bourbon glass story, which Butts has told a few times, where Derm helped his goal kicking in the boutique nightclub.
Oh my God.
That goes well. So Bob Hawke at golf course, mate. There's
heaps.
abundance of them.
Oh,
Absolutely
good.
brilliant.
All right, we'll tune in. This week we'll be compadres and we'll promote the show.
Nah, lovely, love that.
Good on you, mate. You
Good on
enjoy
you,
your
chummy.
day.
Hey, mate, you've got you got the Swans this week. Who are you going up against? Maybe a Marty party, or actually, you'll have a field down those blokes. They don't really compete.
I'm not getting involved in
No
that.
comment. I'll cut this one off. See you, mate.
That's a no comment. See you, lads.
See you,
Cheers.
You know, someone did that to Plough did that to Richo in a team meeting pre-game. He's like, "And Richo, you playing on Presta G as slow-mo. You should kick at least 5 or 6 on him." And Ricky's sitting there going, "Oh my God, I know how fast he is." Didn't touch it.
Oh,
he was filthy.
no. Big Presties there. He was great.
Gun.
Yeah.
Great fullback.
Anyway, boys, good to catch up.
Yeah, good.
Best of luck this week for you at North, and best of luck this week for you watching the under 18s.
Yeah, under 18s.
Who are you going to go watch?
I'm going to go out to Craigieburn and I've got RSCA, so I'll be there.
RSCA Park.
Yeah.
Moorabbin.
Moorabbin.
Craigieburn and Moorabbin.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You, Dill?
It's Max's birthday, actually. Second birthday on
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh, he's on the 6th, is he?
On the
So-
6th.
so-
Sienna's on the
so-
7th.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you have a
I'm
buddy?
on the 8th.
we are.
Oh, Max
Wow.
here.
We should have a joint birthday next year. Max, Sienna and
I'm doing something
and
on
Max.
Sunday, remember? I won't disclose it on the pod.
But it's Max's birthday. I won't be able to.
You won't be able to come.
Will you at Max's birthday, because the Power are playing on Sunday, wear the Power jumper?
Yes. It's a power themed.
At the skate park?
Vintage power themed at the skate park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Brendan
Jacob
Lade.
Surgeon, Brandon Lade,
Warren Treaders.
Warren Treaders. What was Hitchcock? Remember
Yeah.
him?
Tom Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Gray.
Sam
Remember
Gray.
He played.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the
Dom
boys.
Cassisi.
Good
Tom
stuff.
Cassisi, yeah. But yeah, it's Max's birthday. I got a wedding on Friday night as well. So doing it all really.
Who's wedding?
I'm a big mate, Huey. Big Huey.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Great.
well, I'll see you there if anyone's there.
Mac and I are going to do a big giveaway on the Instagram over this weekend, so make sure you're following Footy and Friends _. and-
we approve that.
Okay,
but,
cool.
No,
it's Mac and I's own giveaway. It's got nothing to do with the
You're
company.
going to get something from us.
The Nina
Say what it is,
Pasadena
but
Carlton
it's-
jumper. He's
Sounds
jumped
fantastic.
off.
Sounds fantastic. Lastly, guys, make sure you hit up our links for all the gather round stuff. You even heard it first. Nick Lowe was coming for a beer at the Black Bull, so make sure you get down and get a photo with him. And we'll see you there. I'm still working on getting down Benny Nason, and I might actually get Dean Turlick down there too.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be fucking cool. Yeah.
Benny Nace.
Thanks, guys. Love yous. Cheers.
Oop.
Hey guys, before we finish up today's podcast, we were lucky enough to catch up with the Telstra Rising Star Round 3 nominee, Harvey Langford. Very, very funny chat with Brett, Mick and myself. This guy is a gun player. Great to have him on the pod. Let us know what you think. Cheers. Harvey!
Hello, how you going?
Good, mate. Hey, you're on Footy and Friends podcast with Brett DeLidio, probably one of your absolute heroes growing up. Mick Barlow, one of the absolute ball pigs. He's a 3-time Alan Glendenning medalist. And then Dylan Buckley. I was actually a Rising Star in round 2 in 2013, I think, as you would know.
Yeah, right.
I did not know.
We'll get into it, mate. Harvey, how you going? Congratulations on the announcement.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. It's pretty cool to get it this early in the year, so pretty special.
Mate, I know we met at the draft. You're a big boy, and you've obviously accustomed to the the game plan pretty well at the D's. How was it coming up against a very fit Gold Coast on the weekend with some big ball pigs?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't the result that we probably wanted as a team, but I think for me, just to get out there and play a full game was something that I was just trying to work on and cracking in the midfield, which I was able to do for the majority of the game. But as a team aspect, we'll just hopefully bounce back this week and just move forward and control what we control and just take the positives out of it and ignore the negatives and just work on a few things this week.
Hey, Harvey, you debuted as the sub. So you debuted round one as the sub, then went back and played a full game of VFL, then a full game of AFL. So a bit of licorice, all sorts going on at the moment with your career. How was the experience to get told you're going to play your first AFL game, but a little bit of I suppose a little bit of a negative spin on it was that it was the sub. How did you handle that in terms of a mental approach?
Yeah, obviously, definitely very exciting that I was announced as playing my debut in round one. Obviously a little bit disappointing about playing sub, but I think, I just tried to approach the game as normally as I can. And, I could have came on at any point, but no, I came on in the last quarter, so I just wanted to try to come on and make an impact. And obviously it was a pretty close game, so at the end of the day, it was pretty cool to sort of play on the MCG in my debut. And then, as you said, the week after, played a game in the VFL. I think it was just the goal was to, have a full run and sort of get that match fitness up and, go back there and work on a few things like defensive running and, mid-stoppage sort of work and then come back in on Sunday and to do the best that I could and made sure I was 100% ready to hit the AFL level.
Harvey, congratulations, buddy. I just want to know, you've got some great role models down there in the at the D's. I want to know who's taking you under their wing. Anyone really stood out in terms of preparation, how to look after yourself, what hairstyles not to have in terms of claries? Is anyone like that, mate, that sticks out?
Got a great haircut.
It's mainly the midfield group, Track, Clutch, and Viney. They've been really good with me in different areas, especially Track. We do vision each week and go through the game and, preparation and stuff like that. Those three of them looked after me very well and made sure I feel very welcome, especially coming into the midfield group on the weekend. Made sure I was as comfortable as I could. But no, it's been pretty positive with that sort of side, and I definitely feel really welcomed and comfortable at the D's.
Any cooking with Track down there? You're doing any of the smashed tacos or anything like that?
To be honest, I'm not into that yet. I'm not a very good cook, so...
I know a guy that could teach you pretty well.
Less vision, more tacos.
What was that?
Less vision, more tacos with Track, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe.
He needs to. Mate, one more from me. It's a silly question, but I do like it. The first paycheck coming into an AFL club, it's always something that's nice to hit the bank account. Did you treat yourself with anything, a new bloody Game Boy or Xbox?
To be honest, I actually haven't got anything major yet. I don't know. I'm just saving up for a car. Nice car. So
what sort of car do you want to get? Not one like Josh Battle, the Green Machine.
Is Melbourne still sponsored by Jaguar?
They are nice cars.
Yeah, maybe a Jag.
Just a Ford Raptor.
All right. There we go. Yes. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Geez, they're a scary car. When you see them on, you just get out of the way because they're a tough bugger driving them. Mate, what else do you get up to on the weekends down there? You're a Peninsula boy. You get down to the Sorrento Hotel and have a couple pots off the wood?
Yeah.
Couple 3.5s?
Yeah. Nah, it's good. It's good down here, nice area, and just get out and about, so it's good.
Yeah. Are you actually from the Sorrento area itself or just out of that?
I live in Mornington.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
Not far from there.
And are you commuting every day?
Yeah, we're just driving up most days. It's obviously a little bit tough to the city, but I don't mind the drive, and it's a lot easier out to Casey. So we're majority at Casey at the moment, so it's a bit easier.
And I'll tell you what, when he gets the Ford Raptor, that's going to be a nice drive, nice time
mate, he'll
behind
be
the
getting
wheel.
out of his lane and he'll just be driving by himself. Fantastic. Harvey, congratulations, mate. You're an absolute star. And can't wait to see your career over the next 10, 15, 20 years and absolutely dominating, mate. So we really appreciate your time and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Cheers, boys.
Good on you, mate. And
See you,
hey,
mate.
feel free to tune into the podcast on that long drive.
Yeah, no, I will.
Thanks, mate. See you, mate. Bye.
Yeah, Will is code for nah.
No,
get
he
fucked.
had no idea. How good was the intro at the start? He's like, yeah, right. That's Harvey Langford, ladies and gentlemen. He will be a good player.
Good
What
player.
number did he get? 19?
He's
Yeah,
19.
he's 19.
He's
19,
pick
yeah.
6.
19, pick
And
six.
he's a bull. He's the old-fashioned bull.
He's the old-fashioned head in the trough.
Yeah.
There it is. And that's thanks to the Telstra Rising Star.
Yeah, thanks, Telstra.